Hello everyone, Kalive here, and welcome back to Ark Survival Ascended, the island. So in the previous episode, we did go get some water dinos, and I do have them breeding up over in a nearby area, which I'll show you here in a minute. But first, I did do a little bit of a base expansion. We need to get ready for some tech, and the tech stuff takes up a lot of space, so I'm making some room for that. So we do have the forge down here. I added this whole bottom section down here. And we'll put the replicator up here. So we'll have a lot of space now for expanding, which you don't need a ton to expand. I do need to have some space for some of the tech storage and then the tech generator, which I think we can probably put below down here. But we're getting there, we're just not there yet. We'll be there pretty soon. I wanted to just spend some time and build stuff. So with that, I did also expand this outer area too, so we have a little bit more room. This was pretty close to where I am now, where the gate started, so we kind of expanded out a little more. So we definitely have room to breed some more dinos. We're gonna have to fix this building over here, because this building's a little inconvenient at this point in time. I think I might just put it over here somewhere, and then have all this other room for breeding stuff. So I do have the water dinos breeding, so we can go run over there. Probably faster just to take this guy. This is pretty fast. So we'll head that way. Alright, and this is the place I built. So it's in the water here. Probably should be able to make this. And then below we have all of our water dinos. These are the ones that we got from the center. I did actually wind up getting a basilosaur, a very low level basilosaur, but it was one that I found pretty close by, well actually on the southern part of the island map. So I didn't go back to the center yet and look there. So I'll do that eventually. We do have our little dolphins here. And then we have our basilosaurs. This one was like level 50 I think when I got it. So it wasn't very high level, but it was one that I got. Oh, little bitty shark died. Oh no, it's not dead yet. Okay. I think this is one of the ones that I wanted to take out. So we'll get to that one later. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. So we have everything breeding here. So yeah, that is it for updates. So what we're gonna do in this episode is hit up the easiest caves, which a lot of those are in the southern part of the map. I did hit them up already just to see how they were, if much has changed since Survival evolved. And a little bit's changed, but not too much. Things are just a little more opened up for the most part. So yeah, I'll go get ready and then we'll start working on that. Alright, we are back. This is what I'm going to bring with me to the caves. So we're going to be hitting up the southern caves, I guess the southeast caves. There's going to be one here, one up here, there's going to be one over here in the lava cave. And then if we have time we might hit up the central cave, which we've already went into to get the beetles, but we'll go in deeper in. All four of these caves are pretty simple. There's not that many high level dinos in there. They're actually all pretty low level. And really there's not much in there to be worried about. So these are like the easiest ones out of all of them. So we'll hit up those. They're all fairly quick to get in and out because there aren't that many high level dinos. So you're not gonna be spending a lot of time killing stuff. It's mostly just spending the time running down. So the first one we're probably gonna hit up is going to be the upper southern cave, and it's the closest one to where I'm at now. So let's head over there and I'll show you where that is on the map. Alright, one thing I wanted to mention also is this is what I'm gonna bring with me. So I'm gonna bring a Thyla, Baryonyx. Definitely want to bring some grappling hooks. One of the caves actually requires you to bring grappling hooks to easily get to the artifact. You don't need the sleeping bag, but I would recommend these just because you might die in the caves. Then med brews are always recommended. And also some antidotes for the bats. I'm also bringing a shotgun. So I did craft the shotgun. It's a pretty good craft. It's 43.8%. So it puts me up to 231% damage. So it's actually a really good shotgun. And it's a mastercraft, which I prefer. And I'm going to bring some foundations and some ceilings and a ramp for the lava cave. If you can build in caves, that's the one you want to build in. It just makes it really easy to get in and out of there. The first cave we're going to go to is right around here. So that's the redwoods right there. And I guess this is the obelisk. You can see that from here. And this is where we are on the map. And if you look here, there's this big cliff. Pretty hard to miss this cliff if you're coming through the swamp around the redwoods. There's that little island right there in the... Oh, right behind us is that island in the swamp. Now right here is the cave, so it's going to be on this big cliff wall. So you can really park anywhere over here. But the cave is going to be, if you follow this path, it leads right to the cave. So just come down here, hit this path, and it's going to take you right to the cave, which is right there. The coordinates for this one is 71.5 and 51.1. Little hole right there. Up I hear a bunch of stuff over here. So if you are bringing something smaller, like if you're bringing a Pteranodon or an RG, you're going to want to definitely clear this place out. And you're going to want to probably park in a safe spot. There's a lot of stuff that spawns here, like snakes. Sometimes you'll get some Troodons and stuff like that. So you want to find a good spot to park. Probably up there wouldn't be that bad, like up on this little ledge. Then you just climb down and you go in the cave. So this cave, we're going to probably take the berry. So we'll use that one. Let me just drop everything off that I don't need. We will need some grappling hooks in here. Probably don't need much else. Got this from a drop. Yeah, don't mind this other stuff. I got this stuff from a drop. If I see a purple drop, I have to go grab it. So, and I did wind up getting quite a bit of sap from there too, which is nice. I actually don't need sleeping bags. Just need like probably one. So let's just take one, and then we'll throw this one down, and then yeah, I think we'll be ready. I don't need the Thyla. We're gonna do the berry, and I did put some sleeping bags down before, so this is where I drop mine at. You can put yours wherever you want, preferably up there if you're parking up there. So in here, this one is kind of a tricky cave because it's got a very narrow area, then it opens up to a very big area, which is hard to navigate. So once you get to like right here, I would highly recommend you mark this spot with a rally point. Because getting to this point right here is pretty hard because this all up here is open. And it's hard to move around in here and navigate. It's not really a straightforward way to get out, but if you have a rally point there, it does make it a lot easier. As you can see, there's like so many different ways that you can get lost in here. And then it eventually narrows down to another area over here. Yeah, just keep going. Let's see, where are we heading? Yeah, keep going east. And you'll get into another narrow area, which is like right here. So once you find this cliff, you know you're going the right way. But then once you come back up here, it's really hard to get out of here if you don't have like a spot marked. You can put like a more permanent spot if you want to put an actual cave entrance marker there. So yeah, we want to go down here towards this ledge. So if you're heading east, you're going to run right to this cliff edge. You want to keep going down. I don't think there's anything dangerous in this part. It's not until we get around the corner here. I hear them. I also want to mention that if you have an otter, definitely bring an otter. Yeah, so this is the spot that you want to be careful at. So down there is where we need to go, but we're starting up at the very top here. So I like to throw out the berry past this log right here. Just because you can't get through that with a berry. So you can wait until you get to the just past that log and then go out of there. It just reduces the amount of times you have to throw something out. And yeah, we just keep following us down. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you have armor on, you probably want to take it off in this cave. Just because of all the arthros. So they just broke my armor. Which is not a big deal, I have an otter on me, so I'm not gonna like freeze or anything. There are a couple dead ends in here, but it's not that hard to navigate. Just keep going down. Yeah, you can probably just jump through that. Maybe. Very narrow. So yeah, the berry does fit through this, which is nice. Alright, so we want to keep going down. This is definitely one of the most confusing caves that you run into early on. And then, it doesn't matter which direction we go as long as we get down to the water. Alright, so we made it to the water area. Alright, so once you've cleared out this bottom area, I'm going to show you where to go. So we'll start off at these ruins because these are pretty easy to find. So there's the top of the ruins right there. This is where you came in from. Go across the ruins, go down here, keep following the stairs, and this is where you want to be at, is right here in this water section with the big pillar coming out. So where we want to go is we want to go across. And this water is pretty cold. I think I got everything out of the water. I'm just double checking. Yeah, I don't see anything attacking me. So I think we're good. Stuff will come out from down there and attack too, so we need to be careful with that. But yeah, I don't see anything. So what we want to look for is, that's where we started. You want to go past the pillar and you want to look for this little like opened area up here. And you can kind of like park your berry like right up here. It's like right on this little ledge. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop off. And I don't have any clothes on me, but it's fine. I'm gonna make sure I keep my health up. And I'm gonna get some food. So what we wanna do is we wanna go up here, and how we do that is by using the grappling hooks. So just aim right for that open area, and you wanna go straight up there. There might be stuff up here, so you can be very, very careful. Get your shotgun ready. And then keep on going. Yeah, there's a bat. One bat. That should be about it, though. And here we go. I think I hear more bats. Oh, let's see more bats though. This is the artifact, so we can grab this one. This is the pack. And then what we could do, throw our little otter down, and then give him the artifact, because otters can have artifacts. Let's give him some food too. Make sure you keep your otter safe and healthy. So now what we could do as well is we could just wait around till this thing respawns. It shouldn't take too long. But we definitely want to be careful we don't keep our berry by itself for that long. So yeah, let's just kind of give it a second. And we can come back and check. Alright, I waited around for a minute and it's back. So roughly 30 seconds to a minute, you'll get another one. And then you can carry that one on you, on your person. So you don't have to worry about having to have your otter carry everything. There we go. That's pretty much it for this cave. Now let's get back out of the cave. I'm gonna try to get you the fastest way to get out of here, which is to go back to the ruins. back across the water. We can probably just ignore a lot of the stuff that respawns. Then you can just follow the little stairs. The battery should be able to fit through this. And there's another note right there. Through here, and then through the cave here. We just want to go up. So there's multiple ways you can get up here. It's not very linear until you get to the cliff side. So that's the only part that's pretty linear. So just keep going up, just follow everything that will take you up, and then you should make it to the cliff side. Alright, once you make it to this point right here, you have to bottle up your guy. So you should be mostly safe to get past this. And if you want to keep anything on him, you can pick it off. Like if you're trying to save up some chitin and stuff, you can definitely grab that stuff. Might grab some clothing. Yeah, I'll just grab a little meat. Yeah, we shouldn't need anything else from this guy. So now, this is where it's really nice to have that marker, because if you don't have the marker, there's a chance you're going to be just wandering around this section for a while. So keep going up still, and then you're going to find a path up, and then this is where it opens up into like this big room, and you know, there's a lot of ways you can get to this one single point. But yeah, so since we have a marker, it should be pretty quick. There we go. Now we should be able to see our flyer. And that is the cave. So the next cave we're going to go to is going to be the one that's just south of us. So right down just south of us, right there. And when we get there, I'll show you the coordinates for that one. Alright, so we're at the next cave entrance. So this is where we are on the map. And we're going to start off at this little bridge. And so if you go to this bridge, which is easy to see from the air, the cave is right along the left side of this cliff, like right there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to point it out. It's right over there. So right over there, those palm trees. It's really hard to see. Let's go down to the cliff here, and where the cliff edge starts to turn, where you see these palm trees, if they're still there, this is where it is. The palm trees aren't here. It's probably easier to see. But yeah, this is what we're looking for, is this little entrance here. So looking back at that bridge, it's right along the edge of that cliff. So yeah, if you just come down here and you just follow this cliff edge, you'll definitely see this cave entrance. So for this one, we're going to use the Thylacoleo. So we can probably just switch things out. I'm going to give everything over to this guy. I did grab the Sarcosuchus skins. Even though they're pretty easy to get, I just didn't want to have to keep grabbing those. So we don't need the food. We don't need the fish from this for this cave. So let's throw everything else on here. And yeah, you might find things in here like raptors or alpha raptors that might come off the cliffs above us, fall down here. So you want to be very careful. Definitely put some sleeping bags down in case you die. And yeah, so we should be good to go. Alright, here's the cave. So we can just keep going down here. You don't want to throw out just yet. You want to wait until you get past this really narrow spot right here. And then you can throw out your Thyla Or you can just wait a little bit longer. Stuff doesn't spawn until you're a little bit down in here. So I probably wouldn't go too much further past this area. Yeah, and then you can always go up here and mark this spot too for a rallying point. So let's throw it right here. Yeah, there we go. So now you know how to get back out. And then we just keep going down. Stuff is gonna load in here. It does get pretty narrow, but I'm pretty sure you can get through here with Thyla. If not, you could probably break these crystals from the Thyla. I think these are breakable. Nope, not breakable. Okay, so we'll have to just make sure we jump through here. I'm gonna have to pick this guy up, these little plants here. So one thing you can do is find some decent drops in here. It's a green drop. If you owe me a saddle, okay. And there's this little spot right here. So this is a kind of a shortcut that you can get up with a Thyla, where you can't get up here with a Baryonyx. Alright, so from down here, what we want to do is we want to go, just go straight. And you probably want to clear this place out first. Well, you want to get to this point right here. And there's probably going to be some monsters in there, but this is where we want to go, is in there. So just clear everything out and you should be fine. Have to get off and like shoot him to get him out of there. Get some chitin if you want. Definitely want to be careful with the Megalanias, because they do like to hang out on the ceilings in here. And then of course there's like another spot down there you can go out. So this is pretty much it. Let's grab this. And I'm not gonna go too far down there. Yeah, you can get some metal and stuff in here. Let's head back to the cat. And so yeah, this is a pretty quick one. This cave is massive, but the places you need to go are pretty quick, especially if you have a Thyla on you. Then you can just run back out the way you came. If you don't have a Thyla, you have to go around the corner there and keep going up, and it will lead you back. So it's like slightly longer if you don't use a Thyla to get back up. That's pretty much it. We just go back out. It actually might have respawned. I think this means it respawned. Might as well grab it again while we're here. Next cave I'm gonna have to go repair my gear, because next cave I definitely will need some hot weather gear for that one. So let's head out of here first, then I'll probably go repair my gear. If you don't have a Thyla, you can just bottle up whatever you have, and then you can use a grappling hook to get up here too. So you don't actually need a Thyla, because you could just use a grappling hook. Doing something different than a Thyla. That's the next cave we're going to go to is going to be over here, but I'm going to go repair first because I really need this gear. So you don't need this gear until you get to this next cave, this last cave, which is the lava cave. So I'm going to go repair and then I'll head over to that cave and I'll show you where that is. It's pretty easy to find on the map. Alright, so we made it to the next location, which is right here on the map. So if you look at the map, this is the lower southeast corner of the map where Herbivore Island is. And just above that on the mainland, you're going to see this little peninsula. It's going to be this little notch in the peninsula. And the cave's actually right here. So roughly 74 by 92.2. And if you're up here above that area, kind of look around, there's Herbivore Island over there. So right up the coast, you're going to see this little notch. And it's right here. Through all these little trees. Yeah, you can see this little hole in the wall here. It's probably going to be fairly well blocked unless somebody's like built over here. But it's this little hole right here. Very, very narrow to get in here. So you're definitely going to want to bring some hot weather gear. So either a ghillie or desert cloth. You're also going to want to bring some grappling hooks. And a thyle is good, or a baryonyx is good, either one. You can also bring Callian soup. This will reduce the heat that you take. It'll increase your heat resistance, so you should be able to last longer in there. And then, of course, you want to bring your otter, which will definitely also make you more resistant to heat. So if you're running here, you just have to run past these crystals. These are going to be hard to get through on a thyla. And you're not going to really encounter anything until you get a little ways in here. Most of these caves are pretty barren in the very beginning. Once you get to this point right here, this is where you're going to start encountering stuff. Be very careful. The stuff in here isn't too bad. Oh, yeah, keep going. Keep on going. You probably also want to mark this spot right here. So let's just put a little marker here, or a rally point, so we know where to go. And yeah, keep on going down here. We just want to keep going down, so whatever leads down, that's where you want to go. And this is where you're going to find some animals. It's right here. And this way, there's usually like bats and stuff in here. So I'm going to have to throw it a little bit earlier. But this should be good. Yeah, a bunch of bats. Lots of bats. You're also going to find like your normal cave dinos, and you're also going to find some Dilophosauruses in here. Everything should be normal levels, like lower levels. So you're going to mostly be fighting the temperatures. So you definitely want to mitigate that. You also definitely want to take some water with you. And of course you want to also bring some antidotes, because look at all the bats in here. Lots of bats. I don't think there's any Arthurs in here, so you shouldn't be worried about your gear breaking. Alright, so that's all the bats here. So we want to go to the right here. You just want to keep on going right. So you can go for that blue drop if you want. You don't want to go that way. Just keep going to the right. Alright. Yeah, so you also don't want to fall into lava. That's the biggest danger. Is falling into the lava. Be very careful when you're actually approaching the lava. And if you can build in caves, you definitely want to bring some of these pieces here. This will let you build in the cave, and you can build across some of these places. And I'll show you where those are here in a little bit. So this is like one spot you can build, is right here. And this is a jump. It's not that hard of a jump though. So we'll just go across here. And then right here, we want to go down. And then I have a little ramp I built here earlier. It's just a couple of ramps and a foundation, so you don't have to build here. There's nothing like dangerous right here, but it just makes it easier to get up and down here. Otherwise you have to start climbing up that little spot. Then keep hanging to the right around here. Okay, let's hang to the right. This might attract those. Yeah, let's go attract those. Yeah, we'll just run past them. So once you see this blue, you want to go to the right. So right here is where we want to go. You can see the artifact kind of glowing there. I'm trying to kill this guy so he doesn't blind me while I'm trying to do stuff. Alright, I think we're clear. Yeah, to the right, and you can see I built over here. So this is where you kind of want to start building, is like all over here. It's probably take a little bit of stuff to build this out. If not, you have to just probably hop off, and you definitely want to start shooting stuff that may be over here. So I think there's stuff over here. Maybe not. But like there's stuff over here. So if you see like bats and stuff flying around, you want to shoot it to bring it close to you. And then you can hop off and just do the grappling hooks. That works as well. So if you have grappling hooks, you definitely want to get those. And there's usually like a drop over here too. Way over here. But I don't see it. So I think we're fine. Let's grab this. This is the artifact of the massive. And of course we have to back out of here. So if you build right here, you should be fine. The stuff will respawn. The artifact will respawn if you did build there. Should be okay to do that. And then you probably want to come back here if you want to let it respawn on you. So let's throw this artifact into our otter. Yeah, it might take a minute to respawn, but it's definitely worth the wait, especially for this cave. Alright, looks like it respawned on us, so let's go back down there. We'll pick it up again, and we'll be out of here. So these caves are not that difficult. Just having a decent cave diving dino, so like a decent Thyla and a decent Baryonyx. So I'm saying like probably level 200 plus. Should be fine, should get you through a lot of this stuff without any issues. And then of course being careful here, if you do fall in that lava, you probably won't die, but your otter will probably instantly die. Especially if you get like submerged in the lava. So like if your feet touch it, you will start taking damage. And it won't be long before you actually die, and then your Thyla will probably die pretty quick. So let's hang out to the left here and just keep on going through. Careful with the jumps, you don't want to accidentally run off the edge. And careful for the holes too. Yeah, at this point right here, you should be able to just hop off, and then you can crowd pod your dino. And nothing else should be spawning in this particular section. Then you just run past your rally point and keep going up, and then you should be at your dinosaur. So yeah, that's the 3 caves that I wanted to tackle. I think the next time we'll actually tackle the other central cave. So yeah, so let's go head back to the base, and then we'll wrap this up. Alright, made it back to the base. So the base is up there. I just wanted to show you this one thing that is a feature on the map. So there's like a Rex or Theory, and there's a Raptor right there. But yeah, so if you have an artifact, you can go to inventory, and you can actually move artifacts between maps. So the reason why I bring this up is because there are some artifacts that are easier to get on the island. There are some that are easier to get on the center. So depending on which artifacts you need, you can transfer artifacts in between the center and the island, or any map really, but the center and the island are ones that you can do right now. There's not really any need to transfer anything off of the Scorched Earth, because the Scorched Earth artifacts are unique to Scorched Earth and then other future ones. But yeah, so if you are, for instance, if you don't want to go and get the Brute artifact on this map, which is very hard, you can get a Brute artifact on the center. It is much easier to get on the center than it is on this map. I'm still going to do that on this map just to show you how that is, but what will likely happen though is future ones I probably will go to center and grab them. But I did want to show you that you can transfer artifacts by using the inventory slot on obelisks or on drops. So it is possible. So let's take a look at what we have so far and what we're going to need to do the first boss, which would probably be the Broodmother. So we have these artifacts, which I've run the caves quite a bit. So here's what we have so far. I think I have one more in here. Yeah, there we go. So this is just 2 runs of each cave. Alright, so these are the artifacts that we have. And like I showed you just now, if you're on a server, if you're on single player, you are able to transfer artifacts. There's just one exception to that rule, and that's in the future. We're not going to go there yet. But you are able to transfer artifacts between servers for the most part, and all the ones that you can get on the center and on the island, you can transfer back and forth. So these are the ones that I have now. So at this point, I want to show you like which ones are easier to get on the center and which ones are easier to get on the island. So for the Clever, this is a central cave, one that you get on the island. We didn't do that one yet today. I was going to do it, but I don't think I had enough time to do that, so we're going to bypass that one, and I'll do that one in the future. It's very, very quick to get it on the island. And as far as getting it on the center, it's a little more difficult. It's one of the ones that you get from the Northern Ice Cave, that if you've seen one of the videos I posted, you know where this one is. And it requires a pretty lengthy process to get down under the water and then go get the ice cave. So this one's definitely easier to get on the island map. The next one that we have so far is the Hunter. And this one is the second one that we did today. So this is from the lower southern cave. So it's really a toss-up. I mean, you can go either way. This one's a pretty quick one to get on the island. On the center map, it's on the western lava island cave. And it's not that hard to get. It's a pretty straight shot for this one. It doesn't require anything special to grab. So I would say it's pretty quick on both the island and on the center. I guess depending on which map you're on, you probably just want to grab it from whatever map that you're going to be fighting on. So as far as the Artifact of the Immune, this one is on the Swamp Cave on the island. And if you're doing the Swamp Cave to level up Megatheriums, you're going to probably have a bunch of these like I do. So I got all these from just going in there, leveling up Megatheriums, and then just grabbing it while I was in there. So this one you're probably going to want to grab from the island. Every time I go in there, I just grab a new one. Sometimes I skip it if I'm just in a hurry. But to get this on a center, it's a little harder. This is one of the ones that you get from the Jungle Cave, and it's a little hard to locate. It's pretty close to where you get the pack at, so it's in that same general area. So the next one is the Massive, and this one you 100% want to get from the island. So this is on the lava cave on the island. And as we saw, that one's not too bad. It's a little bit of a trip. There's a few areas you need to watch out for, but the dinos in there are pretty tame. It's not that big of a deal. However, on the center, this is the one that you have to go down inside the volcano on Lava Island, and it's a pretty steep drop to get down there. And I do have a video on how to get the Artifact of the Massive on there, and if you watch that video, you can see that it's a pretty lengthy process to get down there. I would say this is probably an easier one to grab on the island. And finally, we have the Artifact of the Pack, and this is the one, this is the first one we grabbed on this episode. So we saw that process. It's a little lengthy to get down to the bottom of that cave and then having to use the grappling hooks to get up on that ledge, but it's not too bad. So this one's probably not that bad to get on the island. On the center, this is the jump puzzle artifact. So if you're on a server that requires you to do the jump puzzle, like they've blocked using Thylas in that area, then I would 100% grab this from the island map. So these are the ones that we have so far. These are definitely more favorable to grab on the island. The future ones that we're going to do become more favorable to do on the center, especially the water cave ones. So when we get to those artifacts, I'll definitely make a point to tell you which ones are better to grab in the center. So based on the artifacts that we have now, we actually do have all the artifacts to summon the Broodmother. So we'll probably do that one first. And the tributes for that boss are pretty easy to get. I think it's just the Argy Talons. Yeah, so it's Argy Talons, Sarco skins, the Vertebrae, and then Titana Boa Venom, which you see we have a ton of those. So Broodmother is a pretty easy boss to get into. It's definitely a harder fight, especially the alpha version of that boss. It's a very, very hard fight. So all we need to do for this boss is actually just work on getting the saddles made for the Megatheriums. So we'll definitely be pretty close to getting ready to do that boss. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. So yeah, we did get all those artifacts. We got them all on the island map. They're all very easy to get. But future artifacts will be very hard to get, so we'll get to those very soon. I do need to work on getting the water dinos raised up for the water caves. And other than that, we really just need to work on getting saddles for the bosses. So that's kind of the big things I need to work on. And all it does require is just a lot of resource farming, which is fine. But yeah, that's going to be it. I hope this video helped you. I thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support for the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.